The story begins in the city of Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. Our main character, Anya, is in her 20s and lives with her boyfriend, Zhenya, who is a bodybuilder and swimming coach. Anya works in a bakery, so she's constantly surrounded by food. When they first started dating, Anya was very slim, but over time, she's put on quite a bit of weight. One day, the couple is invited to a friend's wedding. Anya tries to fit into clothes she wore just a few months ago, only to find that they no longer fit. She tries to reassure herself that nobody will notice the weight gain, but it's clear that the change is significant. Zhenya notices too but avoids commenting, knowing it's a sensitive issue for Anya. After struggling to find an outfit, Anya finally picks one that fits. But when Zhenya sees her in the dress, he is visibly shocked. She's not the same girl he fell in love with, and Zhenya, concerned about his image among his fitness friends, doesn't want to be seen with her at the wedding. He subtly hints that she should stay home, and to his relief, Anya decides to do just that, planning to order pizza instead. She asks him to stay with her, but Zhenya promises to congratulate the newlyweds quickly and return home. Before leaving, Zhenya picks Anya up and places her on the counter, but he dodges her attempt to kiss him. Anya notices but hides her hurt feelings. After he leaves, she changes into comfortable clothes and steps on the scale, discovering she weighs 76 kilos, around 168 pounds. Though she often complains about her weight gain, her only solution is to drink a glass of water after reciting her daily affirmations. Anya prepares some fried food and scrolls through her phone while waiting for Zhenya. She soon comes across pictures from the wedding, including a group photo where she notices all the women Zhenya is hanging out with are slim and fit. Anya can't help but compare herself to them. Then she sees a picture of Zhenya with another girl, and to her horror, she finds a video of the girl kissing him on the cheek. This discovery pushes Anya to get dressed, put on makeup, and rush to the wedding. She calls her best friend, Natasha, for a ride. Natasha notices Anya's weight gain but reassures her that she's still beautiful and urges her to be confident in her body. When Anya arrives at the wedding, she sees Zhenya dancing closely with the girl. Overcome with jealousy, she steps between them. Zhenya is surprised but continues dancing as the other girl scoffs and walks away. Later, the couple sits down, and Anya starts eating. She asks Zhenya why he was dancing with another girl, but he brushes it off as dancing in a group. When Anya presses further, Zhenya finally admits that he doesn't like her anymore. He cruelly adds that all she does is eat, and she's become a burden to him. Anya is heartbroken and teary-eyed, but before they can discuss further, the newlywed couple approaches them. They try to smile, but it's short-lived when the bride asks Anya if she's pregnant. Humiliated, Zhenya ends the conversation and walks away. In the next scene, Anya is on a bus, heading to her mother's house, crying uncontrollably. She doesn't care who sees her. When she arrives, she finds her mother on a date. The man leaves to give them some privacy after noticing something is wrong. Anya tells her mother that Zhenya broke up with her because of her weight. Her mother tries to comfort her by saying she's not fat, just has big bones. But this only makes Anya feel worse. That night, Anya sleeps on her mother's couch, scrolling through old pictures of Zhenya and herself. She zooms in on her body in a photo from a few months ago and is saddened by how much she's changed. The next morning, Anya gets a call from Natasha, who invites her over. Anya takes refuge on Natasha's balcony, complaining about the breakup. Zhenya had dropped off all her belongings at Natasha's place the previous evening. Natasha and her husband, Demas, offer Anya a place to stay until she finds her own. They try to cheer her up, but Anya isn't ready to move on. She's fixated on getting back together with Zhenya. Natasha then tells Anya about a friend who was in a similar situation. Her boyfriend dumped her via text because she gained weight. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, the girl hit the gym and got slim within a month. The ex-boyfriend was so regretful that he filled her office with flowers, begging her to take him back. Anya complains that she can't afford a gym membership, but Natasha suggests using the free one-week trials at different gyms around town to work out for free. The next morning, Anya starts her day with affirmations, drinks a glass of water, and heads to the gym for the first time. She struggles to get used to the equipment and even falls off the treadmill several times. Despite her efforts, her hard work is undone when, just an hour later, she finds herself at a restaurant, eating for two. Natasha, who works there, throws away Anya's food, disappointed in her friend's lack of willpower. When Anya gets home, she tries a DIY weight loss hack by covering her body in moisturizer and plastic wrap, hoping it will help her shed pounds while she snacks on chips. Later that night, she's caught by Natasha while sneaking food from the refrigerator. The next day, Anya is determined to avoid unhealthy food, which is especially challenging since she works in a bakery. While decorating a cake, she accidentally licks icing off her fingers and does 10 squats to compensate. Throughout the day, she's tempted by food but manages to resist. However, when left alone with an entire cake, she stares at it for several minutes, trying to come up with an excuse to eat it. After pacing around and almost breaking a shelf, she finally gives in and devours half the cake at once. This moment makes Anya realize she has a problem. Determined to find a solution, she searches for a self-help group for people with compulsive eating disorders and joins a meeting. Among the group, Anya notices a single man named Kolya. She introduces herself as Angela and lies about not having an eating disorder. Instead, she claims to be a journalist working on a story about eating disorders. The group members are in denial about their condition, not willing to admit they have a problem. This frustrates Kolya, who points at each person, including himself, calling them all fat. He also accuses Anya of lying about being a journalist, saying she doesn't want to accept that she has a problem. Feeling cornered, Anya pretends to get a phone call and leaves the meeting, but Kolya follows her. He invites her to a nearby restaurant, and Anya goes along because she can't resist the offer of food. During their meal, Kolya suggests they become each other's sponsors, which means they would exercise together daily, check in with each other before eating, and provide emotional support throughout the process. Anya is unsure about Kolya's intentions but decides to give it a try. The next day, Anya and Kolya begin meeting every morning at a park to run. At first, Anya is hesitant to spend time with Kolya, but as they continue, she realizes he's actually a nice person. Kolya isn't ashamed of his body, which is a new concept for Anya. Spending time with him helps her start to accept and love her own body. They check in with each other before meals and provide support since they're both dealing with the same struggle. Slowly, Anya begins to lose weight. However, her confidence takes a hit when she attends pool parties and sees other girls who are skinny and look amazing. Whenever Anya feels discouraged, Kolya helps her out. They even scream at the top of their lungs to relieve stress. Despite her progress, Anya still craves validation from Genya, which makes Kolya jealous. After a month and a half, Anya loses 10 kilos, about 22 pounds, and feels ready to see Genya again. She buys a new swimsuit and plans to accidentally bump into him at the swimming pool where he works as an instructor. Genya is stunned when he sees her and they start chatting. They get into the pool and splash water at each other, enjoying themselves until the girl from the wedding shows up and introduces herself as Genya's girlfriend. Heartbroken once again, Anya goes out and parties all night, drinking to forget the pain. The next morning, she wakes up naked in Kolya's bed. He reassures her that he didn't look at her while she was naked. A flashback shows that the previous night, Anya was about to leave with a stranger, but Kolya showed up just in time and even took a punch to the face to save her. Feeling lost, Anya goes to her mother's house and tells her everything. Her mother suggests that Anya has unresolved trauma from her father, who left them when she was a child. This, she believes, is why Anya seeks validation from Genya, even though he's not good for her. Understanding this, Anya decides to confront her father the next day. She asks Kolya to drive her, as the journey is 5 hours long. During the drive, Kolya tries to get closer to Anya, making it clear that he likes her, but Anya is oblivious to his advances. When they finally meet her father, Sergei, he is living in a wooden house with another woman. Anya asks why he didn't want to be part of her life. Sergei reminds her of the time he came to her birthday with a gift, but she responded by flipping him off through the window. That night, Anya accidentally drops a candle, setting the wooden house on fire. Instead of worrying about her safety, Sergei yells at her for ruining his house. Hurt and disappointed, Anya and Kolya leave immediately. Before parting ways, Anya kisses Kolya on the nose. Kolya is thrilled and trades his watch to buy flowers for her. However, when he returns, he finds Genya at Anya's place. Genya apologizes to Anya, and they end up making love after talking. When Kolya arrives with the flowers and sees them together, he leaves, heartbroken. The next morning, Genya compliments Anya, saying she looks much better than she did a month ago. This comment makes Anya realize she doesn't want a relationship where she's always afraid her partner will leave her. They argue again, and Genya walks out. That evening, Anya goes to Kolya's house, wanting to be with a friend. However, Kolya is furious and gives her an apple, declaring that their relationship as sponsors is over now that she has lost weight. The next morning, Anya goes to Natasha's house, but no one answers the door. She uses a neighbor's window and a pipeline to dangerously get inside the house, where she finds Natasha upset after a huge argument with her husband. The two friends talk and comfort each other, feeling better afterward. The next day, Anya's father, Sergey, comes to see her and apologizes for being a bad father. They share a dance, just like they used to when Anya was a child. After reconciling with her father, Anya goes to a fitness marathon to find Kolya. She spots him drinking a soda and throws it away, asserting herself as his sponsor again. She tells him that since he hasn't lost enough weight, it's her responsibility to help him, no matter what. They participate in the marathon together, giving it their all. At the end of the marathon, Kolya finally gathers the courage to kiss Anya. For the first time, Anya realizes that obsessing over her appearance won't bring her happiness. True happiness comes from accepting herself as she is, just as Kolya does. Kolya always worked hard to improve his health but was never ashamed of how he looked. Anya decides to embrace this mindset, striving to be happy with who she is.